Hey guys, so I have some of my 32 questions. I figured I would just go ahead and start, and if you guys think of things to ask me as I'm posting, then go ahead and ask more, and I will try to answer those. Question 1, how old am I? I am 32 years old, almost 33. Question 2, why did I choose Young Living oils? I chose Young Living because after all the research that I did, it made the most sense to me. I really liked their seed to seal, and they're just the best. Question 3, what is my favorite food or type of food? My favorite food is a tie between spaghetti with meat sauce and the best cheeseburger. I'm obsessed with cheeseburgers. I cannot get enough. Question 4, how old were you when you had Zaina? Those of you who don't know, Zaina is my oldest child, and I was 18 years old when I had her. Question 5, what is your favorite way to relax? My favorite way to relax is to just be by myself, usually in the bathtub with some oils and maybe some Epsom salts, something like that. Question 6, do you want more kids? 100% yes. If God gives them to me, I will be grateful. Question 7, what is your favorite book? When I was a kid, it was The Man Who Listens to Horses by Monty Roberts. I love nonfiction books, but currently I think my favorite book is probably my prayer book. Question 8, I see you post pictures of your religion all the time. What is it? My religion is Eastern Orthodox Christian, so we are the oldest Christian faith in the entire world, started with Jesus and the apostles. Question 9, what is your favorite oil? My favorite oil is a tie between release oil and frankincense or sacred frankincense. They are the best for my nerves and for my relaxation and just keeping my head. Question 10, who is your best friend in the world? I have a couple of those. I only have best friends. I don't really have a lot of friends that I hang out with. Jesus is my favorite friend. Jesus probably should be my best friend. But I guess earthly friends, my husband and my godmother and my best friend Leah. Okay, what are we? Question 11. Do you let your kids eat sugar? Yeah, I do. And I don't like to, but I mean, come on. It's so hard. You just gotta keep a balance, you know? Don't go overboard. Not every day. Okay, question 12. Who or what is your favorite artist or band? Fleetwood Mac, who I'm gonna see in November, and I'm so excited. It's like a bucket list thing for me. Like, I'm so excited. I actually saw Stevie Nicks last year, and I thought that was the best thing that ever happened. Just kidding, not the best thing, but you know what I mean. I was so stoked about that. And then my parents got me Fleetwood Mac tickets for this year, and that really will be the best thing. Okay, I guess this question comes in with light of the recent news, and someone was asking me, have I ever been sexually assaulted? And I'm trying to think of how to answer this, because my 14-year-old does watch my channel. I think in high school and, you know, even college, or probably more so college, it's just the normal thing for men to act a certain way in our culture, and it's not right. And yes, I have been. But even though I believe that men should be held accountable for their actions, I also think that I played a part in the certain time frame of how I portrayed myself and what I was looking for in relationships and how I acted. And even though something can be labeled as assault, I don't necessarily think that I was innocent or that that man made me a victim, even though it was inappropriate. I don't necessarily think that all things are always that person's fault. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not in any way advocating for rape, molestation, things out of your control that definitely are making the woman the victim or the man the victim. But I just think that maybe this is being blown out of proportion. Okay, so on to the next question. 13. If I wasn't a stay-at-home mom, what would my job be? I'm tempted to say I would just take over the world in a massive overhaul and make me the queen of everything. I'm just joking. I would probably be a midwife. That's something I've always really, really wanted to do. Okay, question 14. Have you ever considered using cloth diapers for your kids? And yes, I did actually. When I had 2 and 3 kids, I used a cloth diaper all the time until my kids got sick from daycare. They got E. coli, and that was the worst experience ever. Okay, question 16. Why did you get married again or renew your vows? We had been married 10 years and we had joined the new church that we're now part of, and that was just something that we believe in. Basically, when we had our marriage done before, we did have a church wedding, but it wasn't actually a sacramental wedding, which is what we wanted to do. So we had been married 10 years and planning a vow renewal. We figured this was even better. So plus, I absolutely love weddings, and if I could have 10 weddings in my life, I would totally do it. I absolutely love having all my friends and family there. I love getting dressed up, and somebody invite me to a black tie party. I mean, I want to get dressed up. Okay, what question was I on? 16? I think this is 17. Question 17, have you ever had a job before? Yes, I'm the queen of jobs because I really like to master something and then move on to something else. I like to have knowledge, and so I've had I want to say at least 12 jobs in my life, and I have loved them all and moved on. I have actually worked in a dog groomers, in construction. I have been a nanny. I've worked in a daycare, a hairdresser. That's right. That's actually another question. Somebody asked if I went to college. And I did not go to college. Well, I went to Running Start, so I went to community college for a few trimesters. I don't remember what they were then. But I did go to technical college. I went to Jean Juarez School of Beauty. So, okay, so my next question, question 18 is, what is my favorite everyday breakfast? And oats or eggs? That's my answer. Oats or eggs. Pick one, oats or eggs every day. That's pretty much what I eat. Question 19 is, when is your birthday? My birthday is February 7th. And a fun fact about my birthday is that I share my birthday with my mom. I was born on her birthday, but also I share it with my mother-in-law. Yeah, so my husband only has to remember one day. Okay, I still have more questions, but I have to drive to church, so I will answer more questions after the service this morning, and if you feel free to ask more, and I will keep answering them. All right, I'm back, and we're on question 20. Question 20 is, where is your favorite place to buy clothes for yourself or for your kids? Okay, first I'll answer this question for myself. My favorite place to shop for myself is actually Value Village. If you don't live here and you have a Value Village, it's like a thrift secondhand store. I don't think I've bought anything for myself from anywhere else in the last probably 10 years. Unless it's a special occasion, right? Ross is also another place I really like to shop for myself, but it's only for like special occasions. Now, the reason that is because I am constantly flexing sizes. I have had 7 babies. I've been pregnant 8 times, and I go up and down with my weight journey. And it's super important to me to worry about our family's budget, being that we're, a big family. And I actually bought this shirt that I have on right now after I had Zoe, and she's 9. So I've had it for a pretty long time. Now, when it comes to my kids, every year before school starts, I do go get them kind of a new wardrobe. We usually do about 5 pieces of clothing or 5 outfits each, depending on what they are. For the boys, my favorite place to shop is Old Navy. I love getting polo shirts from there. They're like $3 on the sale day, sometimes $5. And then I usually get them khakis or sometimes jeans from there as well. For my girls, I tend to shop more at Ross, and I do get dresses at Old Navy, but I'm not a big fan of pants for girls. So I tend to shop the dresses there at Old Navy on like the $7 or $12 dress days. Sometimes they have during the summer or like just close to back to school, they'll have like all these dresses for $10. Those are the days I try to grab what I want for my girls, and I'm trying to think of where else I shop for them. Justice occasionally. Now, it's important that my bigger kids get nicer things when school starts because I do keep everything and I store it away and I hand things down. So, things that Zeke and Zaina are wearing, Zoe will wear and Zachary will wear and Xander will wear. But I don't go all crazy and buy super, super expensive things because kids get stains and paint and, they rip holes and things. And so I don't want to be upset if a $10 pair of jeans gets ruined and I can't pass it on. Now, for Zariah and Zosimus, I get everything of theirs secondhand or it was handed down to them by one of their siblings. But I love Mimi's Kids. It's a consignment place, and I can go in there and get a whole bag for like $60 or $100, and they can be set, you know, for a good 6 months. So that's my favorite place for them. All right, I don't know what's up with Instagram. It was like taking forever to load those last ones, and I had to like watch my own thing back to figure out what question I left off on, and I'm already sick of hearing my own voice. I talk really fast. All right, so we're on question 21, and someone asked, what is the hardest thing about being married with a big family? And I would say it's the same thing as being married when you're not in a big family, and that is learning to communicate. When you're married and you are two different people, it's really easy to kind of forget that the way you say things and the way you mean things might not actually be the way somebody else hears them or understands them. And that's kind of a big deal, especially when you're going through everyday life and there's so many miscommunications and so many times where you're like, that's not how I said that, or that's not what I meant when I said that, or how did you hear it that way? That's not even close to what I said. I think the number one thing that my husband and I are both learning to do is just keep asking questions. If you think you understand someone, even just ask them again, is this what you meant? Or, you know, can you say it a different way? Marriage is so stinking hard. Like, it doesn't matter who you are. It is so hard. Even if this is like, you know, the most amazing thing you've ever, it's hard, okay? It's hard. Okay, so was that 21? I think that was 21. So 22. What does it mean to be an INTJ? All right, so this is something from the Myers-Briggs personality test, which there are 16 different personality types. And if you go to 16personalities.com, you can take the test for free. The reason I'm always talking about INTJ is because we are actually the rarest personality type. It's like less than 3% of the world's population are INTJ. And people are often confused by me and confused by like how I come across, and it's very confusing. So I often talk about what INTJ is in order to kind of put it out there. Now, as far as what INTJ means, it stands for introverted, intuitive, thinking, judging. Those are what the letters stand for. And if you read all about the test, you'll understand why that's important. The first time I came across the Myers-Briggs was actually when we signed up to do marriage counseling, and we found out that my husband and I were actually complete opposites in how we do things, how we function, how we think, literally opposite. So that really explained a lot, and I encourage all couples to take the test and read about the other's personality type, because it's not just like a thing. It's literally how someone perceives things, how they function, why they say certain things. It's eye-opening. And yes, I'm proud to be INTJ. I love talking about it. What can I say? But it's only because I was so misunderstood my whole childhood, even by my own family. They really just could not fathom who I am. Okay, was that 22? Yes, 23. How many kids do you have and how old are they? Okay, I have 7 children and 1 baby in heaven who was miscarried. I have 3 girls, 4 boys: Zaina, Zeke, Zoe, Zachary, Xander, Zariah, and Zosimus. And they are 14, 11, 9, 7, 5, 3, and 9 months. My kids like to call it this an odd year because they're all odd ages, but next year when they have their birthdays, they'll all be even ages. So I just have to count by 2s based on who the oldest or youngest is and go from there. One of my Orthodox friends wants to know, so this is question 23, who my saint is, what my name day is, and which one I celebrate. So my saint is Saint Emilia, and she had 10 children, and 3, I think, of her children are main saints in the church now. So she's called the Mother of Saints. And she has 3 different name days. One is like close to Mother's Day, and it's celebrated with Saint Basil and Saint John Chrysostom, I believe. And then the other one is in January, and I haven't really celebrated any of them, to be honest. I think moms tend to kind of put themselves last, and we kind of forget. Like, I'm so focused on just even trying to remember my kids' name days and saint days, and my husband's is in January, so we celebrated that one last year because I was all about like staying on top of it. So hopefully that makes sense. I hope to celebrate it at some point. I just honestly, I haven't had a chance, and it's just, yeah. But celebrate your name day, okay? Celebrate your name day, because then you'll not forget later. I think I converted when I already had kids, so my focus was really trying to make it fun for them and make them understand the faith and, you know, learn about really important things that my name day hasn't been so important, but it is important and you should celebrate it. Okay, question 23. What is your biggest pet peeve? My biggest pet peeve is when people do not RSVP to things. Like it takes 2 seconds, just RSVP. Question 24. What is your favorite gift you've ever received? Recently, someone gave me the most beautiful gift of a drawing of my family. That actually brought me to tears. That was probably one of the best gifts I've ever received. I'm trying to think. That was the most recent one, so that's like standing out in my mind right now, but I need to think. I wonder if there's anything else. So I just realized I did 23 twice. So I'm actually on 25. I'm gonna totally mess up this 32 things. I should have like kept a list, but I was kind of just like going all over. And then I accidentally combined 2 questions. So like, anyway, I'm totally messing up. Okay, question 26. If you had to pick a celebrity to look like, who would you pick? This is a really hard question. I'm not good at making decisions about things that are permanent unless I have a lot of time to think about them. My first instinct was to say Kim Kardashian because she can wear anything. But as I'm thinking about it, I'm kind of like, I think her butt's too big. Like, I wouldn't want to have to deal with, like, I think it'd be really hard to be modest if I was her. Which is probably why she's not very modest. So, I don't know. Honestly, I don't want to look like a celebrity. I just want to be myself in my healthiest and best form, which is really, 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 really hard to do in my life. So I've had to just kind of learn to accept myself as I am. Okay, so I only have 6 questions left. So I'm going to let each one of my kids ask me a question, and then I'll answer it.
What's your darkest secret?
Actually, that's what I was gonna tell you.
If I tell you, it won't be a secret.
I won't tell anyone else. Memory.
My darkest memory? Do you know that memories are like a dark memory? That'd be sad. You want to know what my saddest memory is?
The best.
Oh, you're the best. Okay, what else can you ask me? I don't know if that's very fun for a 5-year-old. What else you got?
Why did Daddy switch those 2 TVs? Happiest memory.
My happiest memory? That's a good question.
All of us.
Oh, you think so, huh? You think it's me having all you babies?
Yes.
I think it's the day we got baptized.
Oh, yeah.
That's a pretty good one. Okay, what's your question?
Have you ever been in jail?
Have I ever been in jail? It's
Yeah.
a good question. Actually, I went to kid jail.
Why?
Because I ran away from home when I was a teenager. I forgot to ask Zaina to ask me a question, so what's your question?
What's your favorite dessert food?
Zachary asked me what my darkest secret is. Zoe asked me if I ever been to jail.
You
And-
have, right?
Yeah. And Xander wanted to know ridiculous things that didn't make sense. Oh, my favorite memory. Okay, well, my favorite dessert food is chocolate cake.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Okay, go.
What did you want to be when you were a kid when you grew up?
What job?
Yeah.
I wanted to be a rancher, a horse rancher. All right, what's your question?
I don't know.
You don't have a question for me? Any question in the world.
Like a biscuit Tuesdays and Tuesdays. I don't know.
You don't have any questions for me?
Mhm.
Nothing?
Yeah.
Okay. Good night.